Hello viewers, welcome to educators.com. This is Venkatram Nagandhi. In the previous session, we were discussing about the basic views, text view. So how to set the text color, text size. So how to make all the text to be capital or maybe uppercase. So how to give a width. All these the properties we have discussed in the previous session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the button widget. So what are the different types of button available for us and how to make a custom background for a button, nothing but you're customizing the buttons. So there are three types of buttons available for us. So where the button is like a push button where the user can press or maybe click to perform a small action. So if you observe the diagram, so there are text-based buttons, image or icon-based buttons, and the combination of icon and text-based buttons. So the text button simply on a button I'm just giving the label saying that educators. So for that as usual open your element in your XML. So button, give some width and height. So add the text to your button where it will be a string reference. So the next one is iconic based or maybe image buttons we call. So through image button class will create it. The corresponding element XML entry for that is image button. So it should get an image from the drawable resource. So you're referring drawable slash you give the name of the button. So here it is going to look like this, and the image button, we have seen text button and image button. Now let us see the button with image and text. So as usual, regular button element, take your button element and so give the label using text attribute, Android text attribute, so which is a string reference, and give a drawable for your image. So here there are different attributes for the drawable like drawable left, drawable top, drawable right, and drawable bottom. So if you observe this diagram here, it is a drawable left, means the icon will be so on the left hand side of the button. If you say drawable right, it will be right hand side. Drawable top means so that image will be on top of the text, and drawable bottom means so the image will be below your text, educator's text. So these are the three different types of buttons available for us. And now how to customize that? Let us suppose when I focus on a button, what should be happen? Most of the times you might observe already in your web applications, you may get a doubt. So how can I focus in my mobile? So if you are using a joystick or maybe stylus, so you can focus. So So here we use a state list resources to give the state for that particular button. So whenever you press, it will show some background. So which is a drawable resource, and state focused. So you can give some button as a focus, which is a drawable resource again, and give a default one. So here, so first you have to create three bitmaps or colors for the background of the button. So place them in the drawable folder. So which is of resource directory, and create a new XML file in the same resource slash drawable directory. So name it as yourself like a custom button or maybe button background. So and add these items. So state press, state focus, and regular. So which is a default one actually. So please make sure that this must be in an order so that so this drawable default will be executed when the state press and state focus is false. Okay. So this is the theoretical part. Now let us see how to implement how to create the button with the text, an icon based button or maybe image button, and a button with image and text. So open your Android Studio, go to file, create a new project, give the name as my button or whatever you say. I'm going to name it as my button. The domain name is educators.com. So you already know all this process. Just simply click on next. So the project has loaded. So open your XML file, that is your layout file. Uh, Please make sure preview is available. So just to observe the changes we made, and I'm not nowhere. I'm not dealing with text view anymore. Just simply remove your text view and add an element called button. So I'm dealing with my buttons now. So take button, Android width, I'm going to take it as a wrap content, and layout height is also I'm taking wrap content. If you take match parent, it will fill the entire physical screen. So give match parent, and there must be some text for that. If you observe here on the right hand side in the preview mode, the button has been created. So now there must be some label for the button. So give attribute Android text. So this must be a string resource, as we know, right? So give a string resource. I'm saying that as title. Save this. So I must create a string resource. See, could not resolve the resource string title. So open your strings.xml, which is going to available in your resource directory under values. Open your strings.xml. So in the previous session already I told you how to create a string resource. Open your editor, add the key as title, and the value I'm giving that as educators. Click on OK button. So the string has been created. Open your XML file. So now there is no error. So this is your text based button. Okay. Now I would like to create a, save this. Now create image button. Okay. So whatever I told you, whatever we speak, that will be your so element, that will be your class, that will be your method. What I'm going to create image button. So just add image button to your layout. So as usual, give wrap content, height is also wrap content. So there must be something. So you may get a confusion. Just put your mouse pointer on the element image button. So the content description is missing because we are going to take an image. So take the resource Android source is equals to. So this must come from a drawable resource. But I do not have any image available in my drawable folder. So let's copy the image which you would like to use in your application. So let's place the image in your drawable directory. So educators icon. Now come here to your image button. So which we are referring a drawable resource with the name of educators icon. So here the buttons are overlapped because we are using relative layout. So we'll discuss in detail about what is relative layout and all in the near future classes. Now let's, so this button image button must be below your button. So create an ID for the button. So where you are going to refer, as you are creating for the first time, use @+. So I'm going to say, so text button, and now this image button must be below of that button. So I'm going to refer, means we don't use now. So save this. So now this is your icon based button. So the next one I'm going to use a button with image and as well as with your text. So for that, as usual, we use a button only. You can add one more button, or maybe for the first itself you can add a drawable resource. So which is drawable left I'm taking for now. So where my icon is going to be on the left hand side of the button. So drawable educators icon. So save this. If you observe here, that icon has been placed the left side of this particular button, and even we can change it to right hand side also. So change the attribute from Android drawable left to drawable right. So save this. Or if you really want to see all of them in your view, let's create more buttons. So I would like to add some space between your text and the image inside that. So give some padding or maybe a margin for this particular text. So I'll go with the padding. Let's give 10 dp. Save this. So as we are using newer versions, that must be take drawable end also. So padding end, same value. So that must be 10 dp. Save this. So or else leave this like as usual. So here it is a drawable left. The corresponding drawable start must be added to support. So right to left also. So defaultly will write from left to right mode. So but even to support to right to left, we should use start. Save this. Now there is no warnings and all. So now create an image source. So it is missing a content description. So content description is like if you are working with HTML. So if you use any mobile, sorry, icon. So if that image is missed, we'll give some label for that. The same way here, the content description. I'll say educators logo, or simply I don't want to create again one more title. I'm making use of an app name. Save this. So no more warnings. It is a good practice to remove all your warnings and so errors. So before you run the application. So now I'm done with this. So create one more button with padding right also. You can do it. So make it drawable right. So you have to create lot many IDs and all. So I'll say text ID button one. So as it is a right, that must be drawable end. Okay. So to support RTL, right to left. But actually it must be below something. So create Android layout below. You need not to type entire thing. Just you give type below is more than enough. To save this. And one more. So below your text button one, which I created an ID. So for this, I'm changing it to text button 2, and instead of drawable right, I'm using drawable bottom. So save this, and you have to use your drawable and remove it. Save this, and the same way here. So ID is button 3, and this must be below your button 2. So remove this drawable end, and this would be your drawable top. So the 4 possible values for us. So I'm just dealing with the last one. Save this. The main image is placed on top of, starting top of your text view. So now for this ID is text button 3. So this image button must be below your text button 3, so you can observe all of them. So let's run this application. To run your application, you already know, go to menu bar and press run. It will take some time, so you should wait until unless that particular application to be loaded on the emulator. So available or connected device is only one I have. Click on OK button. It will take few minutes. So the app has been launched on the Nexus 5X. See, this is drawable left. So where a button with image and text. So this is drawable right. So this is drawable bottom. drawable top, and this is your image button. So now let us see how to customize the button. So to create a button with custom background, the first step is we have to create a state list resource in the drawable folder. So come here to the resource under drawable directory, create a new XML file. So we can create a new drawable source. So name it as, so all the button must be prefixed with button, and now I'm going to add it as a custom. So you can choose whatever you're selecting for. So with the qualifiers available, so you need not to do all these things. So let it be. Click on OK button. So if you set it as a drawable source, automatically it comes with the root tag as selector. Inside that we are going to add an item, that's it, for the state list. So already we know there are three states available. We are going to create three items for that. So item one, so is just put your Android drawable, so which is from a drawable resource. I should get it. So pressed I'm taking. So let me add the images to this drawable resource. So as nothing is available. Add the buttons to the drawable directory. So click on OK. So default button, focused and pressed. So here I should give the state pressed. So just go with an attribute called so state pressed. So it says make it as true, and then add one more item. So just add an attribute of an item. So as usual, you should get a drawable resource, drawable focused, and add your state attribute like so state focused and make it true. And the final item I am adding, so simply a drawable source, which is a default one actually. So under drawable, so yeah, default. Save this. So the default name which I provided is like an keyword name. So please make sure the names of this need not to be int, so char, something like that. The same way here, the default is a keyword. Just rename it. So go to refactor. Let us say default icon. So change it to default icon. So save the file, and now go to your activity or layout file and create a button. So as usual, I'm taking it as a wrap content. Height is also I'm taking it as a wrap content, and creating a background for this. So background, which must be a drawable resource. So what is the custom button custom must be this background. So just create an ID for this button. So at the right plus ID, I'll say button. Now this must be below your button. Save this. So radius must be greater than 0. So let us see what is that error. Now let's run the app. Go to menu toolbar, click on run. As you know, it will take few minutes to load your application on emulator. So it has been loaded, as I told you. So if you are using a stylus or a joystick, you can observe focus. So here the default is, so educators with is your default icon. And when I click on this, it should be shown some other color. Let us see. So when I clicked on, it is showing some other color for me. So like this, we work with the customized background with the state list drop, state list resources. This is all about your button widget and how to make customizing a button and all. So thanks for watching educators.com. Let's catch up in the next session.